Hello everyone, this is Shubham Sinha, all India rank 50 in GATE 2021 in Production Industrial Engineering. Today I am here to discuss one of the most important aspects in terms of GATE preparation, that is the notes making. So I'll give you some tips to how should you make your notes to make it more effective and which will actually help you in revising and overall preparation. See, notes making is one of the most important aspects of GATE which are actually neglected by most of the students. So don't do that and take it very seriously, since it's more important than even your reference books. So because whatever you have learned, if you don't revise it properly and you can't revise it very fastly, then what is the sole purpose of learning? And how will you clear the gates, since there are many subjects and the most important is to learn and revise them. So the notes making is one of the most important things you can do. So let's discuss it and see some points. So mostly you have been using one or two types of notes, but I'll suggest you to make three types of notes. That is, the one is the class notes, the other will be a short summary notes which I say, and the third will be the micro notes, or you can say the formula sheet. So they will having a different timeline of when you will prepare them. I'll tell you. So the class notes are the notes which you will prepare while you are in the class. Let's say you start a lecture, you go through the lecture. Let's say you go through 20 minutes or 25 minutes. The educator has completed just one topic or something like that. So now what you want to do is to make notes. Yeah, I'm telling you to make notes in between the class. Yeah, it may seem a little weird, but that's the only thing you can do. Why I'm saying that? Because we humans have a tendency to forget. That you cannot learn things in a go. So if you go for, let's say, completing the whole lecture and then making the notes, or making the notes after the lecture is completed, or making the notes the next day. So these things actually won't work a lot, because you might lose some information that the educator or the teacher has said it verbally. So you might lose them. So what you want to do is to make notes in between. Let's say if this is a recorded lecture, then well and good. You can stop the lecture, make the notes, and then restart. But let's say it's a live lecture, you should actually make notes while understanding it. Yeah, you can make them a little dirty and then make a more fair notes or make proper notes after that. That's actually good, but it will waste a lot of time. So I'll tell you to actually make notes right in the class, but in a perfect manner. So the thing is, most of the students, you will use any type of notebook you have, but I'll suggest you to make a spiral notebook, or you use a spiral notebook. So why do I want to say that? And especially the spiral notebook should be white page one, not the ruled one. So I'll give you some reasons. So I'm saying the spiral notes because let's say you completed the subject in March, or let's say you completed the subject in July. Now when you are revising it in November or December, you might get a new concept, or might get a new formula or something like that. You might get something new, or you might get a good question. So where do you write it now? So that's why I'm telling you to use spiral notebook. You can always add pages to that. So that's how you make notes. Because if you are using a normal copy, you can't add more notes. So that's why I'm suggesting spiral. And the reason for suggesting not a ruled one but a white sheet, because all the diagrams which you are making will be more clearer and will be more actually pleasing to you if you make it on a white sheet. Yeah, that's right. The next thing I want to say, let's say you are making the notes and the full page is like this, you can always leave a small space in between, in bottom, so that you can always write something. Let's say you have written a conceptual thing or a theory based thing. So what do you want to write there in the bottom? In the bottom you will write the summary of that. Let's say you write in a very short manner on in your own language, like say Hindi or whatever language you speak. You write in your own language and that's how you can actually remember it or revise it very clearly, because it's in your own language and you have actually summarized it. You don't want to go through the whole thing, you can actually use the summaries. The third thing I want to say, that don't write everything in your notes, especially the class notes. It's not like a book. You don't want to write everything in your class notes. What you want to do is write the facts, the figures you have to make, and you can write the formulas, and one thing you can write is some conceptual things. Don't write everything, but yeah, you can write some things, because you want to revise it very fast. So if you write a lot number of information, you will actually don't be able to revise them properly or in a fast manner. The next point is you should always make your notes point wise, not paragraph wise. You should not write big paragraphs, because big paragraphs will actually make you not to revise those things, because big paragraphs is more like a boring thing. If you make it point wise, it will actually help you, and you will always revise them very frequently. Now, one thing I want to make, that the notes making is actually dependent on your exam. So analyze the exam you are giving. Let's say you are giving GATE, you have to make that type of notes. So you will say, what will be a difference if I am giving GATE or I am giving ESE? So there will be a difference, I am telling you. So the difference will be, let's say you are giving GATE, you don't have to go through long questions, or you don't have to write more conceptual things, because in ESE you will be asked more theoretical question. In mains you will be asked long questions like in semester exams, or you may be asked to write concepts, assumptions. These things are not to be written for your GATE notes. For GATE notes, that's not important. For MCQ, that's not important, because the long questions will not be coming. So why do you want to write this? So the notes are very exam oriented. You have to make sure that your notes are dependent. If you are appearing for both GATE and ESE, you can actually make a common note and then make a different note for GATE, because the ESE will cover everything, and for GATE you have to segregate those things. Let's say, what do you want to write and what formulas you have to. Let's say there's a formula like for metal cutting, the formula for shear angle. That's a very important formula. So how do you distinguish it? So what you can do is like make a box or something like that and underline it. You can also underline the important concepts or the important things, assumptions which you feel you will be asked in your MCQs. One more thing you have to do, let's say you have completed a chapter, you should always leave 3 or 4 pages. So why do you want to do that? So let's say you get something new in your exams, or let's say you're giving test series, you get something new questions. So even though that's concepts or question, where will you write them? So that 3 or 4 pages will be for them. You can always write them. So that's how they can help you. One thing I usually do is make a mind map. So mind map you can make for all your chapters. So what you can do, or you can also make a summary page. I'll tell you both things. For the mind map you make boxes and make it like a flow chart and tell what are the things. Let's say for the shrinkages you have 3 or 4 types of shrinkages. Make box and make like a flow chart. So that's how you learn things very fast. For the summary page, that is after the chapter is completed, you can make a page and write only the topics. I'm not trying to say that you define a topic. Let's say you are using thermodynamics, write only just first law or Carnot cycle, like this. So whenever you go through the revision, you just go through the summary page, see the summary page, see the topic, and start revising whether what thing I know or what thing I remembered. When you go through them and you realize that you are missing something, you can always go through your class notes and revise them. So that's how you can do that. The last thing, or you can say the most important thing, let's say you are doing question from different reference book. So you don't want to write every question in your notebooks. So what you can do is you can have the question, you can write like this. You can write first the book name, then slash, then the page number, then slash, then you can write the question number. That's how you can actually don't write the question and still you know what question is this. You can actually refer the book if you want to, and the solution is there as well, so you can always go through them. The last thing I want to say is that you will make the summary notes that I said. So what you will do in summary notes, you will actually make the notes in 3 or 4 pages for the whole subject. So these notes will contain only the formulas and some small things, like a very important concept or very important assumption. Only those things will be written in that. The next thing you want to do is make a micro notes. So these notes are useful when you're giving test series frequently. So in month like January, you will giving tests very frequently, and you don't have to revise the whole class notes. You can go through the summary notes, and when you're giving the test, just before the test, you can go through the micro notes. In the micro notes, you will only write the formulas. So you'll only revise them because you will actually forgot some of the formulas. So you will revise them very frequently, and you will also use them before your GATE exams. So this is all I have to say. When you make notes, you can actually do everything what I said, or you can choose whatever you find useful. But make one thing, make your notes very pictographical. I mean to say, make your notes as beautiful as you want, because actually the more pleasing your notes will be, the more you want to study them. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for watching me, and please do like and share, and please subscribe this channel, and let's crack it. Thank you.
It's time to experience something glorious. Unacademy Combat. Compete, crack, conquer.
A challenging GATE contest engineered to give you an experience like none other.
Where you put your knowledge to test
and battle it out with a test
To bring out the best in you, Unacademy Combat is the most competitive, gamified contest for GATE till date, with the best of the questions by best educators.
with detailed video solutions from top educators right after each contest.
Combat live with peers to get real-time rankings and win big.
Participate in every contest to improve your ratings.
Challenging contests every fortnight or alternate Sunday. Live ranking after every question. Big rewards for top rankers. Your passion to crack GATE deserves this. Your hard work towards your dream deserves this. Fuel your inner fire for the ultimate GATE challenge. Unacademy Combat. Register now.
Hello learners, don't forget or miss our special class feature on Unacademy platform or application. Special class features are interactive live classes, polls for the learners, raise a hand feature, never miss a class, lecture notes, and you can go through lectures from anytime and from anywhere.